I feel like I'm right in the middle of my mission in life, and it's been given to me by God. And I'm just grateful to have a mission like this and to be in and have the opportunity to work to carry it out. I was born in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and baptized as a Presbyterian. We didn't talk about the Bible at home, but I did learn to say prayers. I did seem to be the one in the family who was more interested in a spiritual life. When we have a family gathering, I'm the one who's asked to say the blessing. In my college years, I decided I didn't need faith and threw the whole thing out. So I didn't go to church. And it seemed to be just at that time, someone called who was a friend of a friend and invited me to come to a small group called An Experiment in Faith. It was Christian Laity of Chicago. So that was really the beginning of a deeper faith for me. I did experiment with my faith. I would go out and practice praying for other people and seeing what happened with it. Or I would make a petition myself, and then I'd watch to see the results. Little by little, my faith grew. I met Ray Daly at one of these small groups. I was immediately impressed with him. He also had a strong faith. So we had lunch at the Carlton Club. And it's like he interviewed me. He asked me a lot of questions. And the last one was, and of all these things, which is the most important? And I said, my faith. And he said, you say all the right things. I think we both knew from that point that we might be spending some time together. My marriage changed my life drastically. Before then, I'd been a single person establishing myself in a career as an architect. I had also finished an MBA degree at the University of Chicago. Ray was 15 years older than me, and he grew up in a culture where women didn't have careers. So he regarded my career as a hobby, and I accepted that. There was a turning point where I became interested in religious architecture. So that was the beginning of a whole new path for my career. With this very first congregation that I was associated with, I realized I did have something to offer, and that it was important for a congregation to learn the things that I had to tell them about what is important in space in a church. Welcome to the Center for Religious Architecture tour of this building today, Augustana's Lutheran Church. Come on in. And it was a more of a theological way of thinking that they weren't used to. It had to do with what we do believe about God. And then right over here we have a permanent baptismal font, which is unusual in Protestant churches. But it's important here because of the balance this church sees between the Word, which would be represented by the pulpit over there, and the sacrament. The Center for Religious Architecture came out of the 9/11 experience. Slowly it came to me that I wanted to address the problem of our country and our world needing to understand each other's religion. What I envision for the center is it to be internationally recognized as a resource center, a place of interfaith understanding. I would love to have a museum to house architectural models from all over the world representing all religions, and it to be a place where people come to research, investigate, and learn about the different faiths.